Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the INCF and CNS satellite tutorial on the Neuron simulator. As a heads up, this meeting is being recorded, so if you're not here, if we go too fast, or if you just want to come back and review, we'll have the recording. We'll post that on the Neuron YouTube channel and make it available through Read the Docs later. I am Robert McDougal, and with me today is Ted Carnevale, who together with Michael Hines in 2006 literally wrote the book on Neuron. For today, so this is the welcome session. In just a few minutes, we'll transition to Ted Carnevale introducing core concepts about Neuron and about how we might think about representing computational neuroscience models. He'll tell us about Neuron's graphical user interface and how we can use that to build and simulate models. We'll take a coffee break because that's important. We'll come back and talk about using InModal, which is a standard for representing ion channel and other biophysical mechanisms. 10:55, you'll see me again to talk about using resources from ModelDB and neuromorpho.org. The nice thing is, while there's a lot to building some of these models, you're not starting from scratch. You're not doing it alone. We can build upon the work that's been done before. 11:30, the return of Ted for networks discussion, so mostly on a conceptual basis with some applications. Then we'll take a break for lunch or dinner, depending on your time zone. We'll talk about numerical methods on accuracy, stability, speed. We'll talk about, I'll come back for talking about scripting Neuron. Everything you can do with Neuron, you can do through Python. We'll take another break. And then come back for a discussion on adaptive integration and reaction diffusion simulations, and then end with sort of a wrap up, introducing some other concepts that we weren't able to get here today, some of which are available in upcoming INCF CNS tutorials. So I do encourage you to check those out as appropriate. You're here. You know enough about Neuron to be interested. That's great, but just as a quick overview, so Neuron's been around for a good while now. It's been used in over 2,600 publications. We do have source code for over 750 of those available through ModelDB. It provides a set of powerful graphical tools for everything from model specification to model analysis. But again, everything is fully Python scriptable, so if you like Python, we got you covered. Neuron's widely known for its morphologically and biophysically detailed capabilities. However, we also support integrating fire cells and really any sort of level of complexity in between. You can run simulation on a single core or whatever your local workstation is on the cloud or on massive HPC systems. Neuron also supports GPU calculation as well through the core Neuron module. Where do you go to learn more? The main source for everything is our Read the Docs page at nrn.readthedocs.io. There you'll find installation downloads and instructions, video and text tutorials. So for example, last summer, Ted and I did a 2-month-long webinar series. We met twice a week with people. It's about 32 hours of recorded content that's there. So it goes in much deeper than we're able to go through today. So do check that out. We've also got the programmer's reference. So if I mention something like f-initialize handler, and I mentioned f-initialize handler, you can go and check out the API documentation available through the programmer's reference. That's the Neuron Python documentation link. We've got a link to the Neuron forum, which has over 15 years worth of questions and answers, maybe yours soon. If you're interested in the latest and greatest developments that's happening with Neuron, we have 2 methods papers that have come out so far this year. First one is on efficient simulation of 3D reaction diffusion in models of neurons and networks. And there's one that just came out yesterday, actually, on modernizing the Neuron simulator for sustainability, portability, and performance. Do check those out. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Neuron Simulator. So finally today, the course material for the most part is already up on GitHub at github.com/McDougalLab/Neuron course June 2022. I will post this link in the chat in just a moment. So you can go and find that. We may be updating some extra information. Some of the afternoon content has not yet been updated. I'll get on that shortly. finally, as a bit of a welcome here, this is a live tutorial. So if you have questions, please do ask. There are a number of us and likely to be many more as the day progresses. So I do ask that you please prioritize asking questions on the chat. I'll try to monitor it while Ted's talking and vice versa. But if we don't get back, if we're not responsive, then by all means use your best judgment. But please do start with the chat. With that, any quick procedural questions?
This is Ted Carnevale. I would like to invite those of the audience who have considerable experience with Neuron, and I see there are several of you here. If you do see questions in the chat that you know the answer to, we would really appreciate it if you can provide a concise answer. We're not imposing this on you. If you want to volunteer to do that, you get bonus points. What does that entitle you to? That entitles you to a free line of Python code. We'll draw that from the repository at random, and you can do what you like with it.
All right, and with that, if there's no questions, Ted, would you like to introduce concepts of Neuron?